So Crown Ridge Tiger Sanctuary was founded in 2004 and it opened to the public in 2006. We are a 501c3 nonprofit rescue facility. So all the animals that we have here on grounds are all rescue animals from abused and neglected situations, facilities, and even some private owners. Here on grounds we have 5 tigers and 1 lion that are all rescue animals right here from the state of Missouri and from Illinois. I'll tell you a little history about all of our guys. Over here we have Alexis the lion, and when we first got Alexis, she had never touched the ground before. She had never seen another lion. She was housed in a tiny little enclosure all by herself. She had a severe vitamin deficiency as well. She's overcome all those obstacles and is quite the diva of the group, honestly. She's the loudest one of the bunch, and she thinks she runs the show around here. Beside her here we have Gracie and Thor. They're our 2 sisters. They share a very unique and special bond. Normally tigers are solitary, but in this case we keep these girls together. When we first rescued these girls, they were extremely malnourished. They had only been fed 1 turkey leg a day in between the 2 of them, which isn't enough to feed me, much less 2 adult tigers. And Thor, one of the girls here, was giving all of her food to her sister, who's also 95% blind. So starting from a very early age, these girls had a really unique bond, and we decided to keep them together. Gracie's 95% blind still today, and gets around these yards like it's nothing. She has no problem switching yards, getting in the pools, doing everything that everybody else does. So they're a happy mix together that we have here. Next to her, we have their mother, Raja. When we rescued the girls here, we were able to rescue a whole family group. So we have Raja, their mother, housed next to them. She's a 17-year-old Bengal tiger, very, very big girl. She's kind of in her older age mellowed out. She's very calm and relaxing, but she's a big girl, but she can flat out move. She's one of the quickest animals that we have here by far. And then next to her, we have our white tiger, Mohan. He's a 19-year-old Bengal tiger. Lifespan's only around 20 for a white tiger, so he's our old man of the bunch, and he is the father of Gracie and Thor. He's learned in his older age to only enjoy the finer things in life, and he will not eat beef, bison, pork, or anything like that. He is strictly a chicken man, and these days it has to be a warm chicken as well, so he's got us kind of wrapped around his big paws. So he's a definite, makes us chuckle every day when we go to feed him, for sure. So we have a little bit of everybody here. We have a young guy, we have an old guy, we have a blind tiger. We also have Izzy, who is going to be famous. We have a root beer now named after him, Fizzy Izzy root beer. He's only 3 years old, and lifespan's 20 to 25, so he's got a long way to go. He was actually rescued from a carnival and has come to live with us. He's a Siberian tiger and is about 500 pounds right now. It's going to continue to grow for the next year, so he's going to be our biggest guy by far, topping out around 600 pounds or so. You'll have to, everyone should come and see these guys. They do something different every single day. No day is the exact same. You'll never see the same thing around here. It's always shocking to us, and such a fun adventure to work here. So with all the volunteers that we have and interns and staff, we always want to make sure that all of us are always aware of anything that's going on. So this is our task list board where we have the daily duties that need to be done. If there's a reminder that diets have changed, if we have a new tour that we want to make everyone aware of, we always write everything on the board here. We have our schedule, we have different staff phone numbers, group tour information, just so that everyone is aware. This is our office area. It's also my kitchen. I'm the resident caretaker here, so I actually live here, so we kind of share the space. This is where I eat my breakfast, and this is where we fill out all the paperwork and do everything that we need to do as well, and have meetings and that kind of thing. We record absolutely everything that we do. It's absolutely vital that we know animal behavior observations. We write down fecals that we observe in the yard. We write down USDA information, checkoffs. All of us have a check-off sheet that we have to complete every single day, and it's all right here. So we were just out in the yards. I'm going to fill out the enrichment notebook, and I'm going to fill out the fecal notebook and some of the checkoffs that we've already done this morning. We are going to go in and clean the yards, which we do every single morning. We make sure that the enclosures are safe. We add new enrichment, so it's something different and stimulating for the cats every single day. And we clean up anything we need to clean up and clean the pools as well, so they have a fresh pool to go to every morning. All right, what I'm going to do is look for fecal matter. And we record everything every single day. It's a way for us to make sure that what they're eating is being digested properly, and we record if they have diarrhea, if it's normal. So we take note of color and consistency of fecal matter is one of the things we do. Becky is up there sifting through the pool and getting out any hairballs that are in there, any paper or anything that's gone in there, so it makes sure that the pools stay clean. That way we don't have to drain the pools and waste water as much. Lynn's picking up bones. They got bones yesterday in the yard, and we're picking up the leftovers. We don't want them to have it again today. So we're only a full-time staff of 3 employees, and it's a lot of work for us to do. So we're able to hire college interns, people that are studying some type of biological program, to come and work with us in the summer and the fall. They commit to working with us 4 days a week, and they do it with no pay, but they do get to stay here for free all summer long, and they get valuable experience in learning how to work with animals, hands-on experience, USDA knowledge. The advantage of working in a small facility is you get to do a little bit of everything. This is a piñata that Becky made for enrichment, and we add enrichment to the yards every single day. So we're going to hide this for one of our cats today and stuff it with meat. Go ahead. It's good. And then we make sure we've got all the tools that we brought into the enclosure, make sure that we bring them out so that we don't leave anything in here. These guys don't share. If we leave anything in, it's going to be theirs. Now we're going to let all the animals out into their enclosures. Each individual stall has a system, a pulley system, where we're able to operate the doors and easily let the animals in and out. I'm going to pull on this cable. It's going to open the door, and then Mohan shifts out. Now I'm going to go around and close the door and lock it shut, and then he's safely shifted out into the yard. These guys know what's going on. We also have the ability to shift animals into different stalls, which would allow them access to different yards. And we're going to try and see if we can get Raja to shift over.
Good girl.
Good girl. Now we're going to shift our other girls over, and hi. When we shift, we give the animals a straight way through so they don't get caught in the middle of doors. So I'm going to make sure everything's open. I'm going to shift the girls out. You good? Okay. All right, girls. Now they have access to a different yard, someplace different than they did yesterday. So we have a double safety system here where we cannot enter the indoor enclosures until we move this lever down. Once we pull this lever down, there's a bar that runs on top of all the doors. That bar is released, and now we can enter the indoor areas. We're going to clean up these stalls. The first thing we're going to do is pick up anything that was left in here, old bones, any meat that's on the floor, and we're going to sweep up all the hair and straw, and then we're going to mop the entire enclosure. So now we're going to mop the stalls and disinfect the floors. So these are feed bowls that we put all the meat that we feed these guys in, and these need to come out every single day, and they need to be thoroughly disinfected and scrubbed. So these bowls are pretty heavy, as you can see, because if we have plastic bowls, they're just going to eat them, and this is a good way for us to put food in and give it to the animals without getting injured ourselves. So I'm going to take these outside and thoroughly disinfect those. So as a nonprofit, we rely a lot on donations from the community and from local farmers, and by that I mean meat donations. And when someone gives us a cow, we process the whole animal here, and then we store it in our big walk-in cooler here. Then when we need meat, we'll come down, get what we need, and bring it back to the kitchen and use it for the animals' diets. So we're getting ready to go in here and grab some meat that's been hanging for our animals and put it in the cart and getting ready to chop it up. I'm gonna get on that side. All right, this morning we're cutting up beef that we get donated to us. As a nonprofit, we rely on the generosity of the community to get all of our beef that we do. A lot of this beef has come from local farmers who will have an animal that they can't send to market, so they'll send it to us here, and we're able to process the whole animal here. We have a processing area just down here, just down the hill here, and we measure out these diets every day. Specific amount for each cat. This beef right here actually came from Crown Valley Farms, and they raise all of their beef around here, and they're generous enough to donate a couple animals to us, about 2 a month or so, and we process them, cut them up, and it's fresh meat for the cats. We also have a couple local farmers around here, Jay Walker's one of them, who will donate animals to us as well, and all they have to do is bring the animal out to us, and we're able to process the whole animal here, and it's great meat for the cats. So we're chopping up the meat here in pretty good sized chunks. We measure it out, and this will be breakfast for somebody. Here, let me measure it out. This is Thor's diet this morning. Each cat has their own appropriate bucket with their name on it, and that way we can keep everything straight. And that goes to her, and then we'll start on somebody else. Because we feed out such a variety of meat, and meat that has bone attached to it as well, it's not just single chunks of meat, we don't have to add a nutritional supplementation to these guys, which is super nice. We do have it to add if we needed it for some reason, but because we get such a variety of meat, we don't have to do that, because they get calcium from the bone here, and we feed out beef and bison, chicken, pork. They just aren't lacking in anything. It's such a variety that we're really fortunate in that. All right, now we're gonna take these buckets and shift the cats in, and it's breakfast time. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, buddy. I know. So as the cats know that we're coming in with breakfast, they're going to shift in, and as they shift in, we're going to lock them into their individual stalls. The noise that you hear is them getting ready for breakfast. So one of our tigers, Izzy, is on antibiotics, and these are the antibiotics. He gets 6 of these pills, which we have to make him eat. So the way we do that is to actually hide it in some tasty food that he likes to eat. So this meat I'm going to hand feed him just to make sure that he gets his medicine. And that way we know for sure that he's eating it. Good. All the meds are done, so now I can give him the rest of his diet. Okay, buddy. I'm gonna save his chicken for training. It's okay. All right, big. It's okay. So we just shifted Thor out into the yard, and she found our new enrichment item that Becky made, that piñata. And this is actually one of the blind tiger that we have. So it was kind of good that she actually found the enrichment item, and now she's going to tear into the box and see what goodies are inside there for her. Her other senses are so heightened that she can find things without using her eyesight, which is really neat. And our lion over here knows something different's going on. He's really intrigued as well. So we're getting ready to do a training session with Izzy, and he's very excited about it as well. That's the grunting and the anticipation. He's also a young guy, so he's very, very vocal about everything. We do training for a number of different reasons. One is just for mental stimulation. 2, we do it for routine husbandry, and by that I mean vet care. So Izzy here, for example, has some really tender paws, and we're going to train him in this session to stand up and present his paws, and then Becky's going to be able to spray an antiseptic on his paws to help medicate, and it's something he's always used to doing, and it's not a big deal. I'm going to use a clicker, so when he does the right behavior, I click that, and he knows that he's done the right behavior, and then I'll reward him. Today I'm using chicken because that's one of his favorite foods. So I'm just going to I'll show you, be ready for you. Target. Target. Simple stuff to start. All you have to do is touch his nose to the target. 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 Good. Izzy. Target. Up here. Good. I know. Okay. Izzy. Down. Down. Good boy. Good boy. Target training is the start of getting him to do a number of different things. By getting him to target, I'll get you to spray this time, I can shift him to different stalls. I can get him pretty much anywhere I want to just by asking him to target this pole. Okay, Izzy, target. Target. He's looking at it. Good. Target. I know. Target. Is. Short attention span. Okay. Good. Target. And I'm going to hold this meat here to give Becky time to spray and still keeping him at the same spot. Grab the other paw here too. Get that other one more time. Also gives us a great chance to look at everything. Good. And then I'm going to tell him it's all done, meaning the training session's done, and he's free to go about and do whatever, meaning I don't need his attention any longer. But I have to wait till he finishes that piece. Messy eater. Okay, all done. All done. We're all done. And then he goes on his way.
Hi, I'm Becky. I'm one of the interns here this summer. I'm a junior at Alaska Pacific University in Anchorage. I am studying marine biology and animal behavior. I decided to stay here for a little extra time after my internship was over. It's one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. I get to work with tigers every day. All of the tigers are wonderful. Even though we respect them and what they're capable of, we still love them very much. And we take as good care of them as is possible. I've been to several other sanctuaries and zoos around the country, and I feel like this is one of the best facilities I've ever visited. That's why I like to stay here. They do give us housing as internships. There's an intern house about a mile up the road, and me and the other interns get to stay there for free, which is the best thing you could possibly think of when it comes to an internship is free housing. And the staff here is the best working team together. It's like you're working with your friends and your family and people that you would see on a regular basis anyway. It's not work for us, it's playtime, and we get to do it as long as we stay responsible and understand what we're doing, and we get to take care of the cats, and it's the most rewarding thing that you could ever do with your life.
Plenty of seats, guys, plenty of seats. Jerry, and I'm gonna teach you guys some fun new things about tigers and lions. If you have a question, you can raise your hand, but at the end, I'm gonna take all the questions that you guys have. But to start off with, does anybody have any really important questions to start off with? No? All right, well, we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started. Today, here in our sanctuary, you're gonna see a Siberian tiger. This is Izzy, who's living here. He's a Siberian. Siberians are the biggest. They're the largest types of tigers. You're also gonna see a Bengal tiger. Bengal tigers are some of the smallest types of tigers. And this is Thor. She lives here with us too. So there's 5 different types. Out of those 5, you're gonna see 2 different types today. They're all really, really different. And take a look at this picture. This is Thor, an animal that you're gonna see today, and she has a heart-shaped stripe on her back hip. No other tiger has that. It's really, really unique. We thought it was really special, and you guys are gonna get to see that today too. Red group, follow me.
Now it starts smelling like cat yard.
All right. You guys can stand wherever you can see. How many tigers are in this enclosure? 2, that's right. These girls are sisters, and they kind of are very, very unique. Normally, tigers would live alone. When tigers are born, they stay with their mom and they stay with their brothers and sisters only until they're 18 months old. And then they leave their moms and they leave their families and they live all by themselves for the rest of their lives. That's what's normal for them. That's why all of our other tigers are in enclosures by themselves. These girls are special though. Their names are Thor and Gracie. Thor is not a very girly name, but we didn't name her. So she is the animal that's on the bottom platform there. Gracie is on the top. These girls are 8 years old and they're Bengal tigers. Remember us talking about the different types of tigers? Well, these guys are Bengal tigers.